The UIM-ABP Aquabike Class Pro World Championship is back on the water after a long wait as the 2021 season kicks off with the Regione Sardegna-Grand Prix of Italy in Olbia, Sardinia. Riders, teams, and local fans alike welcomed the return of the sport to this Mediterranean island, and they were in store for a huge aquabike celebration in multiple divisions and categories, including Ski Division GPs 1, 2, and 3, Runabout GP 1s, 2, and 4, Ski Ladies GP1 and Runabout GP4 Ladies, and of course the freestyle, as the top aquabike talent from all over the world competed in the first aquabike event since Kuwait 2020. In this program, we bring you all the highlights from the ski category at the Grand Prix of Italy. Olbia is one of the most beautiful and popular holiday destinations of the Mediterranean island of Sardinia. Situated in the northeast of the island, Olbia is a classic beach town with sun, sea, and sand that attracts visitors and holiday makers to this idyllic location year-round. But it's also a place with a very ancient and illustrious history that goes back thousands of years and spans many different cultures and epochs, all represented in the varied architecture of the old city quarters till this day. Olbia is a historic port that predates Roman times, and the old port is connected to the town by a causeway. Crowning the city center of Olbia is the impressive San Simplicio Basilica, which is located in the main town square, just one of many vibrant piazzas. Olbia offers visitors incredible views and panoramic vistas with the surrounding countryside, beaches, islets, and distant hills, all making this one of the most exquisite settings in the Mediterranean. It was the perfect setting to launch the 2021 UIM-ABP Aquabike Championship season as the island welcomed the long-awaited return of the Aquabike family with a gala event where riders, crews, and their families got a taste of true Sardinian hospitality. The waters off Olbia are known to be choppy and rough, demanding high levels of concentration and physical stamina, and the tight and technical circuit would make it extra demanding.
Olbia is a very fun place in particular because of the conditions created in the port. So it's a lot of waves coming in through everywhere from boat traffic and ourselves creating a lot of traffic. It's going to be a rough time, and it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite courses because it's very technical and hard, so the best athlete always wins, so it's super exciting. It's like a rough water and salty, so it's really nice.
In the Ski Division GP1 were 16 contenders vying for the Regione Sardegna Grand Prix of Italy title over 3 motos. Leading the pack was 3-time world champion Kevin Ryder of Dubai-based Victory Team. The Austrian is hot off the heels of winning the 2021 European title.
Yeah, just grateful to be back racing. It's been a long time off the ski, a long time off the world stage, and now we're finally back, so it feels like a child, a dream come true again. A lot of good riders here from all around the world. As usual, Nacho, Daniel, they're all going to be strong, but I haven't been racing again against them for a long time, so it's going to be anyone that actually can go for the win.
Taking the fight to Ryder would be former world number 2 Nacho Armias of Spain, who has come so close to the world title only to see it slip from his grasp.
Yeah, it's really good to be back, really happy actually, and I feel good, I feel comfortable on the ski, and we have the qualification in 10 minutes, so I'm getting ready for it, and yeah, looking forward for a good result.
The only other former world champion is Michael Poré of France, who is joined by his brother Morgan and another French talent, Axel Courtois. Also ready to mix it up with the best of them are Daniel Sve Andersen of Norway, Anders Keller of Denmark. The the Hungarian brothers Gabor and Barnabas Szabo, Czech rider Luca Spinar, Emirati ace Salman Alawadi, and the Italian Andrea Guidi. The first of 3 motos of the ski division GP1 at the Grand Prix of Italy started off with the customary parade lap as riders greeted fans and warmed up their engines. Defending world champion Kevin Ryder started Moto 1 from pole position following a convincing win in official qualifying to beat a French trio of Michael Porret, Axel Courtois and Morgan Porret, with Daniel Sve Anderson starting in 5th position, Nacho Armias all the way out in 11th. From a rolling start, the race is on as riders go full speed to the hole shots in a frenzy of speed, waves, and spray. Lucas Spinar cuts in front of Anderson, trying to edge the Norwegian out. Pole sitter Kevin Ryder has that crucial inside lane advantage, and he uses it to the fullest as he finds top speed to make it to the hole shots, but Porret and Courtois are right up there with him. Armias is fast, moving up from 11th into 4th position. And it's 2-time world champion Michael Porret who rounds the green hole shot in the lead, followed by Ryder, Courtois, and then Armias with Anderson right beside the Spaniard. Into the first parallel course, Michael Porret is in the green track. Ryder hits the blue as the 2 lock horns in a head-to-head slalom showdown. But Ryder is too fast. He snatches back the lead from Michael Porret. Meanwhile, Michael's younger brother Morgan uses the parallel slalom course to edge out Nacho Armias, Morgan Porret moving up into 4th. And so at the end of the start lap, it's Ryder in command, given chase by Michael Porret, then Axel Courtois 3rd, Morgan Porret 4th, Armias 5th, and Anderson 6th. Kevin Ryder goes from strength to strength in Moto 1 as he opens a huge lead over Michael Porret. The battle continues behind Michael Porret as Nacho Armias finds a tight inside line to slip past Morgan Porret, the Spaniard then setting his sights on Axel Courtois in 3rd. Armias sees his chance in the parallel split course, going for the green track, Courtois in the blue. As they come up on the sausage buoy, it's Armias who has moved up into 3rd. Armias, who started off in 11th, now in the top 3 with Michael Porret up ahead. Armias sees his chance in the parallel split course. He takes on the former world champion, racing tight and fast through the rough waters. And it's Armias who comes out of the split ahead of Porret. Armias moves up to 2nd position. Exceptional racing from the Spanish rider. Bad luck for Michael Porret, who finds himself in the water. The experienced French rider ruining what might have been. And sure enough, Kevin Ryder is the Moto 1 winner by over 30 seconds ahead of Nacho Armias in 2nd. Armias congratulates Ryder on the win. 3rd place goes to Axel Courtois, 4th place Morgan Porret, then Daniel Sve Anderson nabbing 5th ahead of Anders Keller, with Michael Porret ending up in 12th position. But nothing is decided yet. There are still 2 motos to go. As riders headed out for Moto 2, they knew Ryder was the man to beat. But after a brilliant race in Moto 1, Nacho Armias looked like he could be the one who could score an upset over the Austrian ace, while Michael Porret will also be racing hard, no doubt, to make up for his Moto 1 disappointment. The rolling start to Moto 2, and there they go, 16 riders hurtling full throttle down that starting straightaway to the green hole shots. Can Ryder hold on to pole position this time? The Austrian keeps it tight early as he hits full speed and makes sure to hold on to his lead at the start, no doubt keeping an eye on Armias over his left shoulder. Ryder makes no mistakes this time as he is first to the hole shots and leads the field into the circuit for the first of 11 laps. Behind Ryder are Armias and Anderson, with Courtois 4th, desperately trying to hold on as he feels the pressure from the likes of Michael Porret. The first split course showdown of Moto 2, Ryder versus Armias. Can Armias strike a blow and snatch the lead early? As they come out of the parallel and past the divider buoy, it's Ryder who comes out on top, Armias in 2nd, Anderson 3rd, Axel Courtois 4th, and Michael Porret having moved up to 5th. Behind the top 5, it's Italian racer Andrea Guidi in 6th, then Hungarian Gabor Szabo, Czech rider Lukas Pinar, followed by Estonian Kerto Kase in 9th. Into the third lap, Lukas Pinar on the number 87 ski overhauls victory team Salman Alawadi to move into 8th as the Czech rider races hard around the tight turns and the churning waters. Meanwhile, Anders Keller races hard to get past Andrea Guidi, which moves the Dane up into 10th. Pinar sets his sights on Barnabas Szabo, overhauling the Hungarian to move into 6th position. Great aggressive racing from Czech rider Lukas Pinar. Mikel Perret is Pinar's next victim as he passes the French rider to move into 5th position. Way out in the lead is Kevin Ryder. He runs yet another comfortable race and secures his 2nd consecutive win here at the Regione Sardegna-Grand Prix of Italy. As Ryder increases his points tally to 50 for the weekend, Nacho Armias again finishes runner-up, his 44 points so far keeping him in striking range of the Austrian for Moto 3. 3rd place goes to Daniel Spey Anderson, 4th Courtois, and then 5th Lukas Pinar with 16 well-deserved points. Mikel Perret 6th, Anders Keller 7th.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I've got now 2 wins, but Nacho's on the tail, so he's got 2 seconds. But yeah, everything open for the last moto. You never know what's going to happen, but I'm looking forward to the fight.
The Ski Ladies GP1 had a field of 9 riders in Olbia with 3 motos to decide the Grand Prix of Italy title. The Ski Ladies field included 3-time UIM-ABP World Champion Emma Nelly Ortendal of Sweden, who would be vying for a 4th world title in 2021.
We're really excited to get it going this weekend, and I'm doing as good as I can, and the ski is really fast, so the question is if I can hold on to it and do a good result, but yeah, we will see after the weekend. It's going to be exciting.
Ortendal was joined by a fleet of Swedish compatriots, including youngster Janina Johansson, the ever-improving Jonna Borgström, and Jonna's younger sister Sophie Borgström, who was unfortunately injured in practice and unable to race.
I'm feeling great this weekend. I have a new ski for this year, a Commander. It will be my first time in these choppy conditions, so I will just learn and try to have fun, and of course I want good results as well.
Also racing was a 2018 world champion Krista Uzare of Latvia, her fellow Baltic rider Jasmine Praus of Estonia, Virginie Morlaish of France, Joana Grassa of Portugal, and Lisa Cozem Battaglia of Monaco. The first of 3 motos in Ski Ladies GP1 saw Emma Nelly Ortendal in pole position after edging out fellow Swede and friend Jonna Borgström by 1.79 seconds. And Krista Uzare starting in 4th as the field of 8 riders took to the water for the pre-race parade lap, with Sophie Borgström unable to race. The riders line up for the rolling start, and there they go, Ortendal with the inside pole position, but look at Jonna Borgström beside her in P2. She has a brilliant start on the opening straightaway to the hole shots, leaving the multiple world champion in her wake. Borgström is first past the green hole shots and into the circuit. Ortendal trying to keep up with Krista Uzare in 3rd, having overtaken Morlaish. Ortendal in the blue track, trying to reclaim the lead from Borgström in the green track. Borgström racing tight, focused and fast through that opening slalom course, coming out past the divider sausage buoy, and she holds on to the lead in this starting lap. Ortendal right on her tail, giving chase to her compatriot. At the end of the start lap, it's Borgström in command, chased by Ortendal in 2nd, then Uzare 3rd, and Morlaish 4th. Virginie Morlaish, who started in P3 at the start, has trouble in the roughening waters off Olbia as she has a tumble and relinquishes 4th place. Tough luck for former moto winner Jasmine Praus. The Estonian is out in lap 2, reducing the field to 7 riders. As the laps go by, no change in positions, with Borgström opening the gap further and further over Ortendal and the rest of the field. And And it's Jonna Borgström with a towering display of riding prowess, who thunders home to take the Moto1 win by over 22 seconds ahead of Ortendal runner-up and Uzare third. The ski ladies Moto2, Borgström would start in pole position after her Moto1 win, with Ortendal in P2, Uzare in P3. Riders took their positions on the rolling start, and the race was on! Great start this time from Emanuele Ortendal as she powered ahead of Borgström, knowing she needed to snatch the advantage early if she was to make up for her Moto1 loss. But Borgström recovered quick and found the top speed that would catch her up with Ortendal and then pull her ahead back into the lead going into the whole shots. Borgström fends off the early Ortendal challenge to enter the circuit at the head of the pack yet again. Behind them, it's a fantastic start from Jasmine Praus, the Estonian rider having started at the back after her early Moto1 exit. There is a lot of action in the split course as Ortendal locks horns with Borgström and Praus takes on Uzare. Ortendal comes out of the blue track, but Borgström beats her to the divider and maintains her lead with Ortendal breathing down her neck. In the slalom duel for third, Jasmine Praus in the green track comes out ahead of Krista Uzare. What a start from Praus, who moves up into third in the starting lap. At the end of the first lap, it's Borgström leading, Ortendal second, then Praus third, Uzare fourth, Lisa Cousin-Battaglia fifth, and Virginie Morlaes sixth. Praus is used to the rough waters after training in the Baltic, and she continues her dogged pursuit of Ortendal through this tight, technical, and very choppy circuit. The last lap of 10, the top three racing hard now in a last gasp effort to move up, but Ortendal pushes too hard. Ortendal tumbles in the rough waters. She gets back up as fast as she can. There's water in the ski. Can she hold on to second through the parallel course? Meanwhile, Jasmine Praus is zipping through the green track. She can smell blood. She is going all out, knowing this may be her last chance. And Jasmine Praus takes second position right at the end. Borgström takes the checkered flag with yet another resounding win. Jasmine Praus caps off a brilliant race, starting from the back to finish less than 3 seconds behind Borgström, with Ortendal no doubt disappointed in third. Krista Uzare finishes fourth, Battaglia fifth, Morlaes sixth.
This moto was quite hard. I pretty much took out all the energy in the first moto because then I was pushing really hard. So I was struggling a little bit today, but it was enough to get the win, so I'm happy.
The ski division GP2 and GP3 events were raced over 3 motos each. In the ski GP2, Estonian rider Mattias Reinas had an exceptional first 2 moto results, edging out Italian Daniele Piscaglia and another Italian Matteo Benini respectively. Despite finishing Moto3 in third behind Benini and Piscaglia, Reinas took the Grand Prix GP2 title with 5 points to spare over Benini runner-up and Piscaglia overall third. In the ski GP3, Portuguese rider Gonçalo Rodrigues led from start to finish to win Moto1, but then 2 brilliant performances by Mattias Reinas sealed him the Moto2 and 3 wins and the Grand Prix of Italy title in GP3, with Rodrigues runner-up and Dag Martin Drange of Norway third. Mattias Reinas ends the weekend with 4 moto wins and a double world title in both the GP2 and GP3. Great results for the Baltic rider. Moto3 of the ski ladies GP1, the decider where the Regione Sardegna-Grand Prix of Italy will be decided. Borgström is in a commanding position with an 8-point lead after her back-to-back moto wins in the first 2 races, but Ortendal knows it's not over yet.
Well, for Moto3 I will try to take the win, of course. Now I'm starting from P3 after my crash in the second moto, so I was a bit unlucky, and also I have problems with my wrist, so I'm gonna just keep pushing and try to do my best.
The rolling start to the final moto of the GP of Italy, and they're off. Great start from Emanuele Ortendal, who storms out into the lead right from the get-go. And once again, Jonna Borgström rallies to make up the gap and catch up with Ortendal. But this time, it's Ortendal who is first to the green hole shots, leading the field into the circuit. Borgström in further trouble as Jasmine Prous flies up past her to slip into second position, bumping the Moto 1 and 2 winner down to third. Going into the first split course showdown of Moto 3, it's Ortendal and Prous fighting for the lead, with Ortendal in the green and Prous in the blue. But Ortendal is too fast. She comes out with lead intact, riding with vigor and purpose out there in Moto 3. Prous is right there on Ortendal's tail, however, making sure to stay in striking range of the Swede, while fending off Borgström behind her. Right behind the top three, it's Krista Uzare 4th, Virginie Morlaesch 5th, Lisa Kozen-Battaglia 6th, and young Swede Janina Johansson bringing in 7th. The chase between the lead skiers continues all the way into lap 8, Prous running out of time, looking for the chance to make her move. They come out of the parallel slalom, Prous is going all out, she is not backing down, she gets in on the inside and they collide. Very aggressive racing from Prous as Ortendal falls in the water and concedes second place. Once more from Prous' helmet cam, and it's bye-bye Emanuele. And the Moto 3 winner will be Estonian Jasmine Prous, who will no doubt be disappointed at what might have been if she hadn't broken down in Moto 1. Second place in Moto 3 is all Jonna Borgström needed for the overall Grand Prix win. Third place to Krista Uzare, then Morlaesch 4th and Battaglia 5th.
I feel good. This moto was a bit tricky. It's a new ski and I haven't been riding it in these conditions, so it was good to learn and I'm happy I got the overall.
The Regione Sardegna Grand Prix of Italy champion is Jonna Borgström, who caps off a brilliant weekend of racing. Overall second goes to the very consistent Krista Uzare, whose steady, no-frills racing pays off. And third place on the podium for Emanuele Ortendal. The deciding race of the ski division GP1 Moto 3, where the Regione Sardegna Grand Prix of Italy champion would be named.
I'll give my everything. Like yesterday, I gave it all out there. Like I had empty tank. I will do the same today and try to catch him if he starts in front.
Could Ryder maintain his perfect form so far for a clean sweep, or would Nacho Armias find a way to overturn a 6-point deficit to snatch the Grand Prix title from the Austrian's grasp? There they go! Rougher conditions on the day with choppy waters, and a three-way tussle ensued on the starting straightaway between Anderson, Armias, and Ryderer. Ryderer keeps his nerves and takes the whole shots in the lead. Anderson nudges ahead of Nacho Armias to move into second. Further back, Lucas Binar passes Axel Courtois to move into fourth. Ryderer leads the field of 16 riders into the parallel course, taking the blue track. Meanwhile, Armias finds himself chasing Michael Poré after having fallen behind the Frenchman. But Armias reclaims his position and overhauls the two-time former world champion Michael Poré. The standings at the end of the starting lap, Ryderer in the lead, then Daniel Sve Anderson second, Lucas Binar third, Armias fourth, Michael Poré fifth, and Axel Courtois sixth. Oliver Koch-Hansen takes a fall in the tightly packed course and the rough waters, but he regains control and gets back on course. Nacho Armias starts to regroup from his early descent as he tries climbing back up the field, passing Lucas Binar before setting his sights on Daniel Sve Anderson. On the outer edges of the top 10 is a fight for 9th place between Anders Keller and Severi Salonen. The two go back and forth in a long duel, but in the end it's Anders Keller who seals it and holds 9th. Back to the fight for second, and in the 5th lap, it's Nacho Armias who rides hard in the blue track of the parallel slalom course to finally emerge victorious over Daniel Sve Anderson. Armias in second position, Anderson bumped down to third. Another dramatic showdown unfolds in the parallel course as Axel Courtois edges out his fellow Frenchman Michael Porret to move into 5th. Michael Porret does not back down, giving chase to Courtois, but Courtois is able to hold off the Porret challenge. Michael Porret's luck runs out as he comes to a halt and finds himself at the back of the field in very little time. Courtois also has a problem as Anders Keller passes him by. Then coming out of the parallel course, Keller also passes Barnabas Chabot as the Dane moves up into 5th. On lap 9, nearing the end of the race, Lucas Pinar overhauls Daniel Sve Anderson as the Czech rider moves up into 3rd. Out in the lead, head and shoulders above the field all weekend, Kevin Ryder with another thumping victory to make it a clean triple moto sweep as he takes the Regione Sardegna-Grand Prix of Italy title. But the drama continues behind him. The final parallel slalom of the weekend, and Anders Keller gives it all he's got for a last gasp attack on Daniel Sve Anderson, knocking his fellow Scandinavian down to 5th as Keller takes 4th with barely seconds left in the race. Great performance from the Dane, and Team Keller is ecstatic.
We were born for this.
There are the Moto3 results. Yet another convincing win by Ryder and yet another runner-up finish for Armias, but then high drama behind them as Lucas Pinar claims 3rd, Anders Keller 4th, Daniel Sve Anderson 5th, Barnabas Chabot 6th, Salman Alawadi 7th, and Barnabas' older brother Gabor Chabot finishes 8th.
We're gonna take you down.
I feel great. I mean, it was very, very hard to ride out there, but I had a smile on the whole race, and it was so difficult and made up for a great race.
No stopping us now.
In the overall results, Ryder is the Regione Sardegna Grand Prix of Italy champ, Armias runner-up, and Daniel Sve Anderson on the podium in 3rd, just ahead by 2 points over 4th place Lucas Pinar, with Anders Keller finishing 5th.
No stopping us now.
As the UIM-ABP flag is passed to Kuwait, that brings to an end a fantastic action-filled start to the 2021 UIM-ABP season. See you in Kuwait City for round 2 of the UIM-ABP Aquabike Class Pro World Championship.